Hey everyone, and welcome to 80s Toy Boy. As you can see, I have Margo back with us, and you know what that means? We're coming up on a doll and toy show. So we're going to talk about a few of the kinds of things that both you might expect to find at a doll and toy show and things that Margo collects. So it kind of dovetails in nicely with a couple of different conversations here. So I see one thing you've brought with you today is a lot of celebrity dolls, and that's interesting to me because my first fashion doll was a celebrity doll. That's what got me into ultimately leading into the direction of Barbie. And I see you've got quite a few of them here. So tell us about a little bit of what we've got.
Well, I brought along a sampling of dolls today that I thought people might be able to relate to or recognize. And they're from different eras. They're not all made by Mattel. Mattel does a large majority of those types of dolls. But what I collect in the celebrity line is the Barbie-sized ones. Many people collect celebrity dolls, but of varying sizes.
Right, I know there's like 21-inch Princess Diana dolls and there's Shirley Temple dolls and all that kind of thing. So you kind of stick within the realm of fashion dolls, which is your primary collecting anyway.
Yes, I used to collect box dolls. I had a Disney line, and I had like the Dolls of the World line, and then I had the celebrity line, and then I narrowed things down. And I think anyone that collects over time will find that they need to do that because you ultimately run out of space and you find a
Right.
direction that you really want to pursue.
Right. Well, one thing I recognize here that I've actually got in my own collection is this set of Spice Girls dolls here. And they kind of seem to come in and out of the news all the time. So this is a really interesting set.
It was a Toys R Us exclusive, and now that we no longer have Toys R Us, we're going to
Right,
be
yeah.
missing out on some of those things that were special through them. But when I was going through my collection today, I realized that I actually have 91 different boxed celebrities,
Oh, wow. That's
and
impressive.
some have more than one doll in them, and some
Right.
are just the one
Well,
doll.
sometime we might have to do a special on location segment at your place.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Now, I see you've got something interesting going on with your share doll here. There's something attached to that box.
Well, I've always been a Cher fan ever since I was a little girl, and I was fortunate enough a few years ago to go to the concert that was here in Saskatoon, and so after that, I just thought I'm gonna just attach my ticket to the Cher doll, and that just makes it a little more fun and real for other people that are looking at your collection too.
Well, and that's one of the things I love about how you collect, and I collect the same way, is we make it very distinctly ours, and if it's not something anybody else would do, oh well, it's not their collection.
Nope.
Well, I mentioned that my first doll was a celebrity doll. I found him at Eaton's on clearance in Prince Albert. It was a Jason Priestley doll from Beverly Hills 90210. Now, this is not that exact doll because I've now acquired several more of them because that's what we do. But I thought folks might like to see what led me down this weird and wonderful path. Now, I see you don't just have celebrity dolls here today. Tell us about some of the other things we're looking at here.
Well, my primary collection is Barbie, but I have subsections. Some of you were able to tune into last year's TV episode there. I had Dawn dolls and Chrissy dolls as well as some Barbies, but I also collect, they're called Little Kittles, and they're made by Mattel. They're a small little doll that appeals to many people because of the smallness, I think, more than anything. To children because it's small, and to collectors perhaps because it doesn't take up a lot of storage and space. And there's so many of them. There's an entire book on them. So
Yeah, there's a massive amount of them. It's something I'm really interested in doing myself, and I haven't quite bitten the bullet and gone down that road yet. But one very special thing in my collection is this little lady who is a clone Little Kittle doll. And the reason I have this is because of Margo. The two of us were in an antique mall in Edmonton last year, and you pointed this out to me, and I was like, start the car, start the car. So she came home to live with me and takes up very little real estate.
that's right.
And I see you've got one more kind of doll here. Now, these are dolls I recognize, but I have never had. Can you tell us about those?
Well, they're called Flatsies, and I think they came out, well, it'd be roughly around 50 years ago. I was trying to think about when that would be. And of course, I really wanted some for Christmas, and that didn't happen because I think I actually received some Dawn dolls. So it's right around that same time period. And they didn't last long. They had a good gimmicky song. I'm not going to sing it.
She'll hide in your hand, slip into a book. She's a flatsie.
Flatsies, flatsies, they're flat from that stack.
You never know where they'll turn up.
Flatsies, flatsies, they're
But I did love them, and somewhere down the line, I was lucky enough to acquire them, I guess, through some means. I think maybe at one of the thrift stores. And then a few years, well, quite a few years later, then we were in Winnipeg, and I went to a thrift store and I got the updated version, which are these two. So
Right.
every once in a while, people like to have things reissued. Like My Little Pony does a resurgence, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Mhm.
Care Bears, those kind of things.
Everything comes back in cycles.
And these are all things that you just might happen across at a doll sale.
Absolutely.
A toy sale.
And of course, as I mentioned at the beginning, that's why we have Margo with us. Once again, we are coming up into doll and toy show season. So tell us about the doll show and when folks can come down and meet us and perhaps buy some of this kind of thing for themselves.
Well, it's going to be the middle of August. It's August 15th. That's a Saturday. It runs from 11 till 3 at McClure United Church.
And of course, I will see you there because once again, Punch is planning to be there to see what people find and what they're willing to show of their newest additions to their collection. So look forward to seeing that episode. Thank you so much, Margo, for coming and joining us again. It's always so awesome to see your stuff. You've got such a great collection.
Well, thank you for having me.